But right now we're gonna get right into it and talk about Big Brother. One of our favorite shows. It's starting off interesting.
Yeah.
In that, man, do we have a villain this season?
Yeah.
Our gal pal Angela. Man, just you know, and I'm not a baby for thinking this. She's mean. I got called a baby online for saying I thought she was horrible.
Listen, in tonight's episode, but I had seen clips throughout the week from the live feeds. Mm-hmm. She's literally mocking the way that Lisa walks, like to her face. Mm-hmm. She said at one point she was like, "Wipe that smirk off your face, Lisa."
When a group of people of color approach her about, this is not this episode, but approach her about their perspective, she immediately victimized herself.
Yeah, but with like the Lisa stuff, was there something else with Lisa too?
Yeah, she said.
She called her a twit. It doesn't make sense to me. If Lisa had done something like put her on the block or like, played dirty or something, then I would maybe, I still would think it was mean, but I would maybe understand why she was doing it.
Right.
But she literally was just doing it like right in front of her face.
Yeah.
For no reason, which is bullying.
Yeah, and even outside of like, okay, we're all adults, it's Big Brother, so the bullying, maybe has a higher bar of clearance before you call it that. But it's just rude and mean, and you want people to vote for you. Like, yes, old school Big Brother involves a little more confrontation, but we gotta find a way. You gotta find a way to have people on your side.
Yeah.
And yes, they all voted to get rid of her.
And you gotta have reason for confrontation.
Yeah, yes, they all voted to keep her around, but I don't think anyone's serious about working with or for Angela.
That's why I'm like, did I miss something this week? Because I can't understand why they sent Lisa home and kept Angela.
I think it comes down to Lisa has proven she can win a veto. She has got a slightly better game socially than Angela, and Tucker had kind of gone on a campaign and thinking she had a power.
Tucker
flush out.
Tucker
is bad at the game.
He had a vendetta against her.
Yeah.
Since day one when she tried to come for his job as a chef. He has
not even day one, hour one.
He has been anti-Lisa, and I feel like other people have said she was annoying in the house, but he was just like going at her throat.
Mm-hmm. Chelsea said that he found that they actually wish they could get both Angela and Lisa out.
Yeah.
So, these were the bottom people in the house and the structure, maybe except for Kenney, but he, wasn't on the block.
Poor Kenney.
But again, I think they still would, I don't know really what's going on, but it was just, I know that people want good TV, and I love good TV.
Right.
But I love good strategy.
Right.
I love a good romance, showmance, I should say. I love all of that. But I want the confrontation to be a little bit more involved with the game.
Same.
And not just that you have crazy eyes.
Same.
That's not
just a personal vendetta.
Yeah, that's baseless personal attacks to me aren't entertaining.
Agreed.
Now, if you call someone out as a liar and they were lying and you trap them, and you know what I'm saying, I get that.
Right.
I actually am okay with that.
Right.
And we've seen that happen before. I've watched many a live feed fight where it's he said, she said, stuff like that. But when someone walks by you and you say, like making fun of how they walk or how they smirk or if they're intelligent or not for no reason. And again, I can even maybe understand in situations where you are making a scene to ensure your life in the game. Like, if you upset this person, it'll throw them off their game. Like Paul did with Josh in the pots and pans and stuff. You know what I mean? To call people out. I can even wrap my head around that. Angela just seems like at a moment's notice, she could do something.
There's
that
no
her.
rhyme or reason.
It's horrible, man.
It's not strategy.
It's just
if
who
she came
is.
in the diary room and said it was strategy, I would maybe respect it a teeny tiny bit more. But it's not even that. She goes in the diary room and becomes the victim. And it's like, what?
And that's another part of it. I would almost maybe it's a whole different world. Just like you said. I guess this is exactly what you said. This is exactly what you said. If she just would just own up to it, I could maybe get on board.
Right.
But it's the victimization, and it is shades of, in a totally different way, but that like where the game doesn't match how they act. Of I don't know her real name. I do know it, but they called her a rat. They used to call her a rat, and she's won Big Brother before. She was on Big Brother 16. She was with Nicole Franzel.
Oh.
Nicole Franzel would do all these things, and then like, oh, woe is me. Why are they? Why? Because you're a strategist and you don't act like one.
Yeah.
She is a bully, but acts like she's getting bullied.
Yeah.
And then screams at the top of her lungs about peace and love and inner light and shining. And it's just like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Yeah. I could go on and on about how annoying she is. That's another thing. It's just like,
well, I'm just like at this point, I'm wondering who her next victim is gonna be,
truly.
And I think it's gonna be Quinn.
Yeah, we talked.
Which I like Quinn, and I'm kind of upset that he's in the crossfire.
Now he's done this to himself.
He is talking too much.
He's made 17 alliances.
Yeah.
He's telling too many people too much stuff.
Yeah.
He told Angela that he had the power for no reason.
Oh my gosh, that was such a mistake.
Yeah, he's not thinking. He's doing too much.
You're right.
And that's why I don't think he's going to go far, which is why I'm not even attaching myself to him.
I think he's too excited because he's a super fan.
Yeah,
and he's in the house. And I think you're right. He's just too excited. He's doing too much. But the crazy part is that Angela tried to then throw him under the bus by telling everyone he had a power. Or
at least telling Tucker.
Well, but then Tucker told that whole group of people.
Right, but they didn't believe it.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is they didn't believe it.
Uh-huh.
Which does say that in some way he's playing a good game because they trust him.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, it's it's just a bad place. So, the live episode, I like it. Now, I actually have seen some stuff online, some differing opinions on the new format. You know, typically they'll have a head of household to veto 2 nominees, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now they've changed it. We discussed it at the beginning of the season, where they have 3 nominees, a veto, 1 pulls himself off. Then a live eviction episode, they have the BB Arena where 1 can take themselves off, and we go down to 2.
Mm-hmm.
What I like about it is, and we've discussed this before, how we don't know who's going home. We don't even know who's going to be the final nominees.
Yeah.
Going in that final hour before the eviction.
Yeah.
And we get to see the house's reaction, who that's going to be.
Yeah.
Now the part that we would really like, and Julie is begging them to do, is them to come in and be like, please keep me. I don't know where your head's at, but let's talk about it. But they just come in and just like.
But I think the fact of the matter is they already know if it's these 2 people, we're doing this. If it's these 2 people, we're doing this.
Right, but they say that, but there's been so many blindsides so far.
Yeah, true.
Well, so many. It's only been a couple weeks, but Matt was blindsided. Lisa McKinney. These people are like, what? And so that's why I'm like, wake up. Yes, you have no clue what could be happening.
Yeah.
So it's your time to say, where's your head at?
And let's just, I'm sorry, but Kenney, bless his heart.
What?
Kenney was the only one to vote out Angela. He's clearly on the outs of the whole entire house. I don't even think he's playing a game.
Yeah,
he's
been threatening to self-evict.
No, has he really?
Yeah,
oh, Kenney. I don't know why Matt leaving shook him to his core. I think he just was like, I think Matt was just like the only person that he saw himself maybe working with.
Right. Yeah, but it's time to adapt, Kenney. Like, Get over it. You're the odd man out. Use it to your advantage. You know what I mean? Be an asset for people. Every week, I would be like, you know me, I don't have any alliances in this. I would go to the HOH.
Okay, victim.
Every week, no, I would say, you know me, every week I go to HOH. I don't have any alliances. I just want to stay another week. Tell me what you need me to do. You know what I mean? You want me to throw a veto for you? I can do that. You want me to, you know what I'm saying? You want me to rile somebody up? Let me do it. You need a scapegoat? I'll go out there and scream at Angela right now if you need me to.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of stuff
No,
you need
I mean,
to be doing.
like, he's definitely, you're right. There's more that he could be doing.
So it's hard for me to feel bad for him. Like, you're on the show.
Well.
Yeah. And no one is bullying him. He's just not relating to anybody.
He might be a little depressed. He might miss his family.
Well, I'm sure everyone is. So yeah. Okay, so I like the fact that going into that night, we don't know what's going on, and there should be a little bit of that. I don't like the unanimous vote and that happened because we keep up with the live feeds. Even if we don't watch it, we keep up with what's happening. So what happens in the old format is you know what's happening. Yeah. Like when did they have the veto ceremony?
That's
Monday?
True. Thursday. Oh, yeah.
Come Monday, you know, basically. That's like 4 days of nothing happening.
True.
And we're begging for something to happen. But even if there's a blow up, it doesn't really change because people are just like, let's just stick with the plan. That's what always ends up happening. True. So this prevents that. It keeps look, we've done this 2 weeks and what? Things have been crazy all week long because it's been So, but the perspective I've seen online from people who are not watching the feeds is that they did like those filler segments because they don't know the house guests. And we're trying to did need those segments to get to know them a little bit more. And they don't have as much context for what's happening. Oh,
that's true. I mean, that makes sense.
Think about how busy we were this week with, being out of town and stuff. And we were a little bit like, so wait, it flipped? You know what I mean? True. Imagine if you weren't following the live feeds at all and all you had were the episodes. Right. You probably are just like, okay, so nothing makes sense. Right. So I can see that. But I think there's a happy medium. But we can't just go cold turkey back to what we were doing before. Right.
But what I miss the most is HOHs on Thursdays. Live HOHs. I don't know why they took that away.
I think it's they have a comp on Thursday that means something now, right? Yeah. The HOH on a Thursday is good when it's impactful, because sometimes it would happen so fast and it would be the person you absolutely did not want to win, and so you're just like, oh dang it, you know what I mean? True. I think how HOHs, they still happen on Thursday, like in the real world. They're gonna do it. They're probably doing it right now. They just cut the feeds. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh no, they're the back. I see that they're all getting into athletic gear.
Yeah, they were, before we started the podcast, they were talking about they need to get into athletic gear. So yeah, they have they're still doing it on Thursdays, but this gives them a competition every episode, and it doesn't have to be as anticlimactic. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's true.
And for the people who are just watching the show, it gives them another reason to make sure to tune in.
True.
On Sunday.
True. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So
because those Sunday eps would sometimes be kind of boring.
Super boring. Yeah. We already know who the HOH was. Right. Sometimes Sunday eps were literally, for the people who watch the feeds, were just to see people's diary rooms. Yeah. We just wanted to make sure we understood the context of what people were doing. Right. But yeah, so I like this season a lot so far. I like what they're doing. Hold on. I like this season and where it's going, even if I strongly dislike some of the players.
Same.
I really just
But isn't that every season? Like, aren't there every season there's some people that you're just like, oh my, and some people that you're like rooting for?
Yeah, but there's been a couple seasons where even the people I was rooting against, I was entertained by.
Yeah.
Or they were like, I liked to watch them bumble around. Like, I'm thinking of Faute and
oh my god,
and they were, they even had an Aggie on their side. Yeah, Bailey could get a little annoying, but even it was almost fun to watch them fail. Does that make sense? Yeah. Angela, I just don't even want to watch. Yeah, I know some people online are just loving her antics. Yeah, but Cracked, I prefer my cracked house guest to be a little more like Izzy.
Yeah.
Izzy was crazy, but she wasn't a bully unless there was a confrontation about game.
Right.
And now she would talk about people.
Right.
But she wouldn't just walk up to you and be like, "You have crazy eyes."
Right.
So, I don't know. It's, we'll see. Okay, so let's think about it. Anything else that we missed this week? We covered Angela. I'm glad we got this. We
What
saw
were the
Angela's
comps
fights
this week? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, well, the HOH comp was just the memory comp.
Yeah.
The viral videos.
Yeah. Oh, the veto.
Yeah, the stacking.
The stacking. I'm not gonna lie, Kenney killed it in that veto.
He did a good job.
He did a great job.
I don't understand why other people didn't stack it the way he did.
Right.
But he did that, and then that veto episode was also the episode where we saw that she did correctly clock the core alliance of Cedric, Chelsea, and Cam.
Yeah.
Except she also put in T-Core.
Yeah.
But T-Core was kind of on the periphery of that core alliance in saying that they would like to at least all make jury.
Right.
But not confirming to work together as a true alliance. And then Angela did the you see that to Quinn, that's the group.
Yeah.
That's the group. Now she backtracked. And this is another thing. She's a bold-faced liar.
Yeah.
She claims that, I was never saying that that's the group to watch out for. I was saying, that's the group of swell pals that I just want to work with.
That's the group I want to join.
And
I want to work with.
I want you to join them with Angela. Shut up.
Yeah, that is
I'm
true.
a grown man.
She did do that.
You are not going to lie to my face like that.
And so when Quinn heard that, Quinn told T-Core.
Who he's also cool
T-Core told Cedric. Cedric told Chelsea. And Chelsea was like, I'm going to the source.
Right.
So that's how he got all the way back to Angela.
Right.
And then Angela. And now Quinn is public enemy number one to Angela.
So she's, calling out Quinn. And why would you do that? You're horrible. And then T-Core hears. And T-Core tries to explain. The reason we're upset by this is because of the, when people, racial or minorities feel like we can't even. He said, "No, don't do that, baby.
Yeah.
Don't you dare. Don't call me racist.
Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me."
And then T-Core is like, "Fine, whatever." There's more to it, but
yeah,
she just eventually was just
T-Core.
"I'm out of here." And
T-Core was like, "Why would I even waste my breath on this?"
Oh, okay. They're definitely doing the HOH. I mean, the HOH comp because they went to animals. They went to animals now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, and she dipped, and so then now it's the Angela victim show,
right?
Where she's crying and she's eating her avocado, sobbing, and that's when she was pulling Quinn and telling Lisa to wipe that smirk off her face.
Oh my god!
Nobody likes her. Nobody, and they were saying she's dug a hole.
She's just a liability to work with,
and it's just been a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the week. Then we had, like I said, our episode where we had the Lisa fight. We just saw more of the same from Angela. We saw more of Tucker spiraling and his paranoia towards Lisa and just in general in the house. And so those are our cast of characters. Now, Brooke, I don't know if we can have a full-blown Showmance watch.
Oh my gosh.
But we must get a Showmance breakdown of the romance on the show, Showmance, in the Big Brother house. It's been a crazy week. Like I said, we are adult. Well, everyone's an adult, but we've got a family we're running, and we were on vacation, and we had jobs, and so we're getting bits and pieces. We're watching live feeds where we can. But just give us a layout of what we've surmised is the romance, because you're not seeing this on the show.
So
if you're watching the show, you don't know this. So this is insight into what's going on.
So okay. Last week I said I was rooting for MJ and Leah, and I don't know if I still stand by that.
Okay.
Because I just am seeing some red flag behavior from Leah. And that she's almost desperate for a showmance.
Yeah.
And I feel like if she gets into a showmance, then she will definitely go with that over MJ.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I also feel like they have the potential to be mean girls. But, I mean, Angela's mean girl number one right now. So, I don't know. So, basically we have a lot of crushes,
Yeah.
but not a lot of action.
Yeah.
So Leah has gone on record talking about how she likes Tucker, but apparently Tucker basically told her to his face he was not interested.
Yeah.
The only person that he might be interested in is Rubina, but he does not want to get into Showmance.
Right.
Which, famous last words.
Right. Yeah,
Then,
give it time. Y'all will be in there for months.
Right.
Right.
So then Leah kind of set her sights on Cam.
Kind of.
But
Cam also has his sights on her.
But it's also one of those things of like, oh, he really likes me. I don't know if I'm into him.
Right.
So.
But she does think she's cute and she likes to flirt.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you're like, hey, Cam.
Right.
And then you turn the corner and it's like, oh my gosh, Cam is all over me.
Which I don't like that.
Right.
Just go all in or go all out.
Yeah, we know you.
Okay. And then we have Quinn and Leah. They have like a cute little flirty thing going on.
Yeah.
But nothing more than that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have some people saying that Chelsea has a crush on Cam.
Right.
But she hasn't actually said that, has she?
I think she kind of said like she could maybe with Cam. Okay. I don't think it's been anything past that.
Okay. And then we kind of circle back to Tucker and Rubina, which will they, won't they?
So this is your flow. Chelsea likes Cam, who likes Leah, who likes Tucker, who likes Rubina.
Yeah.
And it's more and then the flow in the other direction isn't as strong. Yeah,
there's not a lot of reciprocation.
Right. Rubina and Tucker do have if of the things that have happened so far, minus Mackenzie and Matt, Rubina and Tucker do have an equal. Yeah. But I think they also equally are kind of like, but let's focus on the game. Right. Now, let's give it a month and a half when you haven't, you know what I mean, flirted with anybody else. Right. Now you're like, you know what? Mm-hmm. Maybe I need a showman. Mm-hmm. It always happens. Always. But I think that if they're in the house much longer, I expect some hammock time, some longful looking into each other's eyes. Although with Tucker, with his...
Listen, Tucker is a zany dude.
Very zany.
There's no other way to put it than he is zany.
I described him as a mix between Zach Rance and who did I say? Zach Rance and Johnny Mac. He is loud. He's out there. He's got the chin like Jay Leno. He's got the posture of Heath Ledger's Joker. He's got the voice of your average frat boy from Massachusetts. He is... But also maybe with a hint of Italian mobster. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
he's like...
This is quite the description.
Right. And then he's got the paranoia of Angela. Like, he doesn't act on it, but he's like, I know that you have the power. Yeah. We need to talk. You know what I mean?
He was trying to flush those powers out this week.
Yeah. And what did he say? I have studied human psychology for 10 years. Oh my God. And it's like, he didn't make it seem like he had a master's in psychology. Right. He could. I don't want to just out of hand deny this. But you being a therapist and seeing how long and what really studying human psychology for 6 to 8 years looks like, I think he's just saying, I like to read Wikipedia articles about human psychology. And, I could be dead wrong. This guy could be a genius. Right. But the way he acts on it is like, look at you, you're smirking. That means you're lying.
Yeah, I mean, he's very manipulative. What he, basically got Mackenzie to admit.
And he lucked out because he's very aggressive and confrontational. That had he tried that on someone else who wasn't so ready, like a lot of people are operating out of fear. She admitted it to him because she was like, I don't want him to think I'm lying and then not trust me. It's Big Brother. People aren't going to trust you. Right. He immediately was like, that was a bad move for her to admit to that. Right. She should have just denied it. I'm like, well, bro, you
manipulated her. He was literally like, you have power. I know you have power.
Then he gets Lisa, and Lisa, who, they hate each other or whatever. Even she is trying to half own up to stuff. That's not even true. Right. So if he's gonna have to watch it, or maybe he won't. Maybe he'll be able to do that till the end of the game.
I think that he legit. I think I saw a clip of him talking about him actually confronting her, saying she's not a chef.
Yeah, he's done that. But I mean, so people, that's a shame that people are just, they taste your cooking and they're like, you're probably not a
Right,
chef.
like that's devastating.
Yeah. You know, I actually was annoyed by Lisa as well. I didn't. People said she looked kind of like Kimmy Gibbler, and she was all about vibes, and she was putting glitter in people's food. That's a lot of stuff that annoyed me as well. But at the end of the day, I feel like she was kind of unfairly outcast.
I agree.
And again, I dislike her, but more so than Angela, I was like, oh well,
yeah,
maybe it's best you got out of there because it didn't seem like it was going to get much better for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else before we get into our picks for this week for Big
No,
Brother?
let's get into the Olympics.
Well, before we get into that, for Big Brother, we got to go favorite, least favorite,
Okay.
and who we think is going to win.
Okay.
You want to go first or me go first?
You go first.
Okay. I think my least favorite, surprise, Angela. Can't stand her. Can't stand her. At this point, who do I think is going to win?
I would just like to point out that last week you said you thought Lisa was gonna win.
Did I say that?
You literally said you thought Lisa was gonna. Oh, sorry.
I'm 0 for 2.
Yeah.
I'm 0 for 2 so far. Yeah, well, I could see it being Rubina, and I don't
winning.
I don't even want to say that, and then she gets sent home next week.
Mm-hmm.
Someone also pointed out line that basically so far it's like Angela bullies you, then you get sent home. Has been the thing how it's gone on this week. So I'm hoping she doesn't get bullied. She can avoid that, and she goes all the way. I think she is who I think should win, and I don't know if I have a favorite quite right now. I don't feel myself being pulled.
Wait, who'd you pick to win?
Rubina.
Oh, Rubina.
I don't feel myself being pulled to anyone exactly per se. So by default, this is truly by default. It doesn't matter the reality show or the person. Since Mackenzie is from and resides in Houston, Texas, I'm gonna put MJ as my favorite, kind of as a default.
Yeah.
Who are your picks?
So least favorite, Angela. Most favorite, I'm still riding with Chelsea. Mm-hmm. And who I think is gonna win, I'm still sticking with Quinn.
Oh, Quinn's definitely not winning.
He needs to simmer down.
His game's way too messy.
He needs to simmer down, but I could see it.
We'll see. Okay,